DeSoto, grab hold of that. Unravel that for me while I keep talking. So we have the national convention coming up this weekend, and I know we have a few more people that are thinking about coming to this event. If you're considering it and you wish to attend, I would recommend that you do. Highly recommend it, like as in I'd do whatever it took to get there. And I know there's people who have decided not to come, and I'm not mad at you at all. But I would like for you to change your mind and decide to attend. It will literally change your life for the better. I have no doubt about it. I don't have a little bit of thought about it. I have no hesitation. You are correct. You are correct in your thinking right now, which just proves I can read your mind. Here's what you're thinking. You don't understand my situation. That's what you're thinking. But see, I understand that I don't understand your situation. I don't know your situation. But here's what I do know. You need to figure out a way to get to this event. It'll change your life. At the end of Sunday, if you say, this didn't change my life a bit, then what I would do is not work with us. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. I would end the relationship right at the end of the convention. You say, it's not changed my life. Then why keep working with us? Why? Because I have said it, and then if it don't, you can be like, I don't believe him anymore. Yeah. I don't believe him anymore. And that's fine, because we're finding the right people that want to do this business long term. And you say, well, you've had people quit, Andy. I go, yeah. There's the people that quit never were with us. They weren't never with us. They were just using us. They were using the system. They're just looking for a temporary home. We're looking for people that want a permanent home, someplace that we can grow and live and build something together and live the next 30, 40, 50 years, however long it is together, and keep building something. That's what we're trying to do. So we want you to be a part of it and show up this weekend, because this is a big part of who we are. So that these days, it's starting now. I mean, head that way now. If you're going to have to walk, you need to start walking now. You should start earlier. You should be listening on your cell phone while you're walking. Tomorrow, we kick off key leaders. I'm not sure. Is it 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock? 5 p.m. tomorrow, the key leaders kick off. And key leader structure, this is our key leader structure right over here. Basically, all you need is a BP, a BD, and 2 IBAs. It's a pretty simple structure. It's not that many people, 7 or 8 of you in your group create a key leader. So those people that have created key leader structure and above come to this meeting. We're going to get ready. And then Thursday night, we got a special dinner with some select invited folks with foresters. And then Friday morning, we have the men's leadership. We have the women's leadership. And we're going to separate, because it's not like that saying when they say we're going to separate the men from the women. We actually are going to separate the men from the women. The women go into one conference center, and we've got several ladies picked that are handpicked, because I want the ladies to see that's not necessarily the highest income people in the company. It's not necessarily the most inspirational studies. It's almost like I could have put every lady that's been up in, everybody that's there could be up speaking. And that's really what I'm trying to say with it, is every one of you have overcome, every one of you are inspirational, but I want a few select people to talk to try to get that inspiration going. And of course, we have the men's leadership. I'm excited about that. And then we kick off the training Friday at lunch. And then we have the kickoff Friday night, which I think is going to be mind-boggling. That's right. Yeah. We have a set that our staff has went, Jamie, they went crazy. You just won't believe the kind of stuff. I'm gonna kind of, those in my office are going to get some taste of what the event is going to be like. Okay, Kyle, can you hold up that tower over there? What the one on the left? Can you see what it says? Can you see the DREAM, the dream? We have what would y'all call this? A piece of art. The theme for this year is how to build the machine. See, what I have built and what Kyle Cater's building will kick out Ferraris, Lamborghinis, gifts to colleges, gifts to pastors. I mean, I'm working right now. There's a group of pastors in India that are raising. They want to raise $250,000, in which I'm going like, you can't build a hospital for $250,000, but you probably could over there for what they need. They just need a medic center. We bought several buses. So those are dreams come true for me and dreams come true for these pastors. What this business, what we're focusing on doing is building a dream that kicks out money, kicks out dreams.
That's right.
Build a machine that kicks out. So this represents, this artwork that one of my friends, Jim Young, has built for me is kind of the inner workings of the machine. And this is another example of the machine. So when the curtains are pulled back, y'all are going to see something of this theme unveiled. And we're going to start talking about it. And that's really what the theme of the whole year is, how to build a machine. Pour your money back into the machine. You can put that down, Kyle, before you break it. And then I asked Jim, I said, Jim, how much are you going to charge me with those? And he just couldn't even say anything. I was like, don't tell me. They're priceless. It's all what it is. For those of you listening in that can't see it, it's art. But it's made out of like it is impossible for me to explain. It's like a robot made out of antique tools and clocks and watches, and it's just all kinds of cool stuff on it. So y'all can take pictures of it. We'll have those at the event. But one idea I want to know, and I'm probably going to talk about this at the event, is who do we give those to? So Jim wants a piece of his art down here in our office, like we have the one year the theme was "Be Your Own Rock Star," and we did the video where we on Main Street of Vegas where we busted those guitars and just shredded them and stopped traffic. So now the shredded guitar is in a trophy case down there. So that's kind of what. And then we've got different trophies down there or memorabilia. We've got the moped that Fitz drove in the Key to Tomorrow movie, that movie that we created. So he wants something to last. But I want to know, what do we do with? I'm thinking it's tied in the SEAL team. Maybe it's, what is this? Oh, okay. Hey, Stephanie. So, what do we do with these trophies? Like, how do we win them? You understand, like, I started a company with Alex Abian and Alex Fitzgerald and Adam Katz, some of my buddies. But now you're sitting here. This is not a company that you don't have input in. You can have influence in. We're still small. We're going to go to $1 billion.
That's right.
And you right now can be on the board. You can be on the inner circle if you make the decision. Somebody starting today can be on the inner circle. So I'm asking you now, especially SEAL team members, how do we give this away? What do we do with it? Well, you push that door too. And I don't want anybody to panic. Well, maybe I won't do this right now. Okay. I was going to show you something that we'll have 1911 pistols that are custom designed to SEAL team. And I want to know. I want input on how we're going to. How do we distribute rewards and recognition in the alliance? Now, new people are thinking, all I want to do is make some money. Let me explain something to y'all. Money's not a challenge. America's full of money. Mm-hmm. We've got companies with billions of dollars, and they're begging us to come take it. And I am taking it at an unprecedented rate. And people say, like, is it good? Do you enjoy it? Oh, Elizabeth, yes, ma'am. Now, I got to tell you, this foot right here is hurting really bad. Ow! Here's what happened. I just played 18 holes yesterday at Augusta National Golf Course. And everybody tell me how impossible that is. So I've already turned it down. Is it that hard to get to do? This business kicks out those kind of dreams. Stayed at the California cabin, which if you've ever been, which I was like, Bob Grannon walked me around the place and about broke my feet that day. That big, tall, lanky son of a gun walks like crazy. I threw away my flip. I hadn't wore those flip flops since then. 2 years ago, I just gave them away. I said, I can't even look at them again. Well, this time I played 18 holes. I don't know if you know how to play when you play at the Masters. It is the Masters, but when you play at Augusta National, you don't ride a cart. You just walk down the center, and a caddy carries your clubs for you. So each person has their own caddy. But I had to walk over there and then walk over here. I didn't walk a straight line, My foot's killing me. Jumped in my plane and flew, and Clay Merritt's, our lead distribution manager, picked me up at the airport and drove me over to watch a Wolfpack basketball game set on the court. And people say to me, I got a friend, he'll text me, he's like, bro, you still working hard? And I'm like, that's a long day. Yeah. Play golf in Augusta, fly home and go to an NC State game and eat that barbecue stuff at North Carolina Barbecue. That is hard work. And then, how did y'all like to live with that kind of problems? And then today, when I walk out of here, I'm forced to fly the coach at NC State, Mark Godfrey. I'm flying him down to an award dinner in Alabama where he won some kind of a championship, SEC championship. That's what he won 30 years ago when he was point guard at Alabama. So I'm flying him down there, and I get to talk to him about what in the heck is going on with our basketball team. I'm serious. I get to say, like, what do you think, coach? And then I get to have input. Does that make sense? And it's like a dream come true. I could just start crying thinking about it, that as a kid growing up, loving this stuff and then getting to do it. And DeSoto, am I saying your name right? Soto, no D.
No D.
You ever thought about adding a D? I'm cool with Soto, but I had some names I've changed. I recommended, and then they changed them. You know what I mean? Ed. That's kind of what Ed DeSoto. See, Ed DeSoto. You see what I'm saying? Ed DeSoto. You know what I mean? But it's Ed Soto. Right. Okay, I got it. All right. Are you making money with us, Ed?
Yes, sir.
Come here, Ed. Here's what I really want to do on these calls. I don't want to teach. I just want to talk to people and see if I can help them. You making money with us?
Yes.
How does this past year rank as far as income? Was it second best, third best, number one best?
Second best.
Second best.
Yes.
Okay. Your other best, was it doing something different?
Yes.
What were you doing?
Selling cable.
Selling cable. Okay. Now, when you compare last year's work ethic, 2016 work ethic, is it the hardest you've ever worked?
No.
Well, when you compare that cable, when you were selling cables, was that the hardest year you've ever worked?
Yes.
Okay. So if you worked that hard with us, how much more money would you make?
A lot more.
A lot more. Not just a little bit more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. So this is what I mean by, do you really want to make some money? I said to you, do you have an interest? I'm looking at a person that's sitting in front of me. I said, Jamie, do you have some interest in making money? That's the whole key, is the interest level. See, he wasn't interested last year in making the most money he'd ever made. I'm not interested this year in making the most money I've ever made. So, Andy, yeah, I'm going to make more money than I ever made, for sure. But I'm not that interested in it, meaning I'm not going to kill myself this year because I already have got to the point that I make millions. But not killing myself, meaning not working hard, I'm still going to outwork 97% of the people in the company. And it ain't even me giving 100%. You with me? Now, the reason I'm not going to give 100% is I've got 5 or 6 trips that are 10 days long. You with me? And there's stuff I'm going to do because I'm enjoying what I've got to. But what I didn't want to do is the nosebleed section at the concerts. What I didn't want to do is sit at the basketball games where you need binoculars to figure out who's who and what really happened. When watching it on the television screen is better than your seats. So what I do now, my seats are better than any television screen. You with me? Does that make sense? All right. So blah, blah, blah. Ed, I want to tell you, man, what's this year looking like, 2017? Have you cranked it up yet?
Yes,
you getting ready to crank it up?
I'm already cranking it up.
Cranked it up. Is this going to be your best income year?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to you like the SEAL team idea?
Yes, sir. I'll be there next month. This month.
You would look better if you had a ribbon on.
Yeah, you would.
My left side is better. You see the ribbon right here? Just touch the ribbon. Don't touch it hard. Just lightly. You should have a ribbon. Get her a red, white, and blue ribbon. You see if we got one. They're in Raleigh. We'll get you when we get to Raleigh. All right. I should make you stand right there. I'm okay with That's a good idea. You stand right there. Okay. I want to tell y'all something else. I don't want to promote. I just want to let y'all know that March 15th, 16th, and 17th, we're having Instant Thunder. You might want to mark that on your calendar. Also, I'm going to Minnesota, Denver, and Dallas real soon. January 6th, 7th, and 8th. I think of January. Are we in January already? That's past. It's probably got to be February then. February 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'm in Minneapolis all afternoon and night, and then Denver all afternoon and all night, and then Dallas. So let me explain something to you. So y'all know people. If y'all know people in Minnesota or Dallas, talk to them and get them started. But then when I'm there on the 6th, we'll get them more fired up and more committed.
That's right.
And you get a percentage off of that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm going to do the TWC from Dallas. No, this same call I'm going to do from Dallas on the 8th. Okay, then March 15th, 16th, 17th, there's an April date, too, that we're having an Instant Thunder I want to let y'all know about. Oh, it's April 5, 6, and 7. April 5, 6, and 7. Also, I think there's an ELA event scheduled that will start the 4th, Elite Ladies. Sophia, you doing okay, buddy? Okay. All right. This stuff is so easy. It's so simple. What stuff? It's America. It's the most prosperous, entrepreneur-centric, laws are set up better to make money in this country than any other country in the world. And inside of the Alliance, we have put together a dadgum formula. You know it's a formula, that's one thing. But when it's a dadgum formula, that's right. That's a totally different thing. This is a dadgum formula of how to make a lot of money. Hey, you got a ribbon. How'd that happen? Just how does that happen that it blows up and makes money like that in the Alliance? How does Kyle's a good one. Did you make six figures this year?
No. You
didn't? You gonna make six figures this year?
Yes, sir.
Or multiple?
Multiple, probably.
You know if you do SEAL team, what's that probably word?
6 figures.
Okay. All right. You made 6 figures?
Yes, sir.
What did you make this year? Kyle, come over here so they can hear you talk. This is Kyle, what did you make this year?
$402,000.
$402,000.
Oh.
What'd you make? How much you make? How much you make? You don't even know? Do you know how much you made this year?
Not yet.
Not yet. I want you to keep track this year. Keep track of your numbers this year. Did you tell me you made this increase from last year for you?
Yes, sir.
How much did it go from? What did you make last year, 2015?
2015, I made 301.
301. So you made 100,000 more. What about the year before that?
271.
So you had a 30,000 increase and then a $100,000 increase.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about this year? What's your goals? What's your plan?
500 over 500,000.
You go another
100,000.
So you only going to increase 100?
I will change that goal.
I'm curious. I mean, you seriously should run a model and play around with it, because if you got to get out of people's way.
Yes, sir.
In other words, if you set your goals too low, then other people can't grow and hit their goals. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Just a thought. All right. Oh, we got another one. I forgot about that one. We got 2 children up in here. Okay. Yeah, you're good. Thank you. That's right. Okay. What I promised was, let me tell you something. Here's one thing I can promise you is going to happen. Y'all going to have change in your life. And unfortunately, it's not all going to be great, Elizabeth. But on the other hand, how would we know the good if we didn't have the bad? It sounds stupid, trashy, retarded. I don't know what to say. It just don't make sense that you're going to have bad things happen. Bad things are going to happen. It is part of life. Relationships are going to have struggles. People are going to leave you. People are going to lie to you. They're going to turn on you. You're going to stump your toe. You're going to have health issues. And if you're old, a lot of your friends are going to have health issues. If you're young, some of your friends might have issues. So you old, every time you turn around, somebody's going to be dying. I was with a guy, 82 years old, playing golf at Augusta. He said, I get up and read the obituaries every day so I can see who I beat. He just wants to see who lost, who went out before he did. His goal is to live to be 123. That's what he wants to in one day. He said they'll be the longest living person he knows. He didn't say longest living person, but I'd have to get it straightened out. You know, we are in Augusta National. It's kind of interesting down there the way they talk. But it's interesting. Okay, so you're going to have problems. What else is going to happen? You're going to have setbacks in insurance, setbacks in your business. You're going to get people come into your life. It's going to be a change. Okay? The question is, how do you deal with these waves of change? Do they crash on you and you stop, or do you ride that mother? Does that make sense? I want to talk to you about how to ride the wave and stop being crashed by it. What's your name again? Lauren. How do you get stopped? I know how you get stopped, but how do you keep going? You know what I'm talking about? Like when you're just so upset and you got this all stuff going on. Your husband, his mother, her husband, and your uncle, and then your cousin, and then your neighbors, and then your friend here, and now she got Sophia. You with me? All this stuff, and then you end up doing nothing, or you end up doing destructive. You ever done that? You ever done something destructive? Like when you were so upset, you did something destructive. Some people call it numbing. Or there's get up on the wave and paddle your little butt off. You will? On top of the wave, paddling. Ride 'em, baby! Woo! Do you know, the scene I think about when I say this is in Forrest Gump. You remember when him and Bubba went into the shrimping business? And I ain't going to remind y'all all the different kinds of shrimp, but I like every kind he said. Shrimp with chicken, shrimp fried, shrimp grilled. You get that shrimp with onions. Remember that? Shrimp taters, boiled shrimp. Remember? I mean, I got a lot more of them. Okay, I got teriyaki shrimp, stir-fried shrimp, Chinese shrimp. You know, he had all these ways they was going to sell the shrimp, right? Well, you remember when they first started the business? Remember that storm they had? And remember how they rode the ship in the storm? Remember? And old Cray Cray, the one with the, you know, he's up on a dadgum mast in the corner talking about, bring it on, God! You remember that? And what happened is all the other geniuses froze. They tried to tie their boats down. And all the boats was destroyed. Well, after the storm, they didn't have no competition because everybody else, remember that? Yeah. And they said, that's when we made gazillions of money. Check that off. One less problem in my life to worry about. Remember that? What I would like to give you is that problem. Meaning, I can't solve every problem, but I promise you the money problem can be solved. Does that make sense? Then you'll have to deal with your other stuff. How many of y'all, if you had a money problem solved, it would take care of 2-3 dozen other problems in your life? Does that make sense? The money problem would take care of lots of other challenges that you're having in your life. Now, and then we'd have more time to deal with the challenges that money can't solve. That makes sense? Okay. So the question is, how do we do this? Well, the first thing is to realize you have a choice. You can ride it or you can be crashed by it. Don't tell me you don't have a choice. And don't tell me you don't understand my circumstances. You don't understand my situation. Like, okay, great. So I don't understand your situation. Now the question is, do you want to ride the wave or do you want to be crashed by the wave? So no, it's a dadgum choice. You've done it before. You know how something's been a mess. You say, I can't deal with this. I'll just go do this. And whatever you did, it helped your life along. Maybe not in the area that you were distressed about, but it helped in a different area. That makes sense? So like this area, you're just screaming about, but then you go do something like go to work. For example, I know people that don't go to work when they're depressed. And you know what they end up doing? They getting fired. They get fined. You know these people, you got friends. So let me get this straight. You're so upset about that, you're going to lose your job too? You want to say, here's what you want to say. What is wrong with you? But here's what's wrong with them. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to ride the wave. So I'm talking to you about how to ride the wave. Okay. So the first thing, Lauren, is how do you progress something along when something else is stuck? That's what you do. That's what you could write that down. How do I progress along? How do I make progress when something else is stuck? There you go. You can write that down. How do I progress when something else is stuck? How do I focus on how I can move something along? It's very tricky. You see that thought though? How do I move something along when this is a disaster? Especially if there's nothing I can do about this situation, how do I move that situation along? How do you write this down? How do I push something along? What do I push along? You feel lost. You feel like you're in a fog. How many of you? I've done this. How many of you you're just so distressed over something you feel like you're in a fog? You don't know what to do. That's what happens when you let it crash. You don't know what to do. You don't have bad. I want to say that's like my mother. Like you just. I love her, but how do we progress? How do you move along? How do you get out of the fog, out of the dark? This one lady, she told me, she says, Andy, I just feel like I'm in mud up to my belly button, and I can't move. And so what I did is I got her out of the mud into this big white truck. And when she got into the big white truck, she felt like she could run through the mud. So that's what I need. I want to try to help you do that. How do you get out of it every time? How do you get out of the mud? How do you get out of the fog? How do you ride the wave? Another girl, she said, I just feel like my past is crashing down on me. Rape, and by uncle, so it was trust. So major trust issues, maybe family issues. She'd have problem with other relationships, maybe tied into that first problem, and then other problems. And so what I said was, how would you like to, instead of be crushed by your past waves, get on top of that wave and ride that wave? That's the concept. There's a girl I know named St. John. What's her first name? Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie St. John. One leg. Born with one leg shorter than the other. Major problem. Chose to take it off. It was crazy talk. Yeah.
She had her leg removed?
Yeah, because it was way shorter and it didn't work. So it was of no use. It was just like she was carrying around, I don't know, what's the leg weigh? 40, 50 pounds? So when she sat with her dress, one foot couldn't see it and the other one would be on the ground. Does that make sense? And she couldn't walk because her leg got in the way. So they removed the leg and they give her a new leg. And she became a downhill steer. And she won the silver Paralympics as a downhill skier? I'm gonna have her in to talk. I love her. She's just an incredible person. She rode the wave. Yeah, you got to figure out how to ride the wave, and then I'm gonna talk to you about how to do it. 6 things to show you how to do that. So then you feel what that does. It gives you a sense of certainty as opposed to a sense of doom. So the first thing is, what do you want it to look like? Like, you know how Christmas looked this year? How do you want next Christmas to look? How do you want it to look for Sophia? How do you want the Christmas to look? How do you want your relationships to look? How do you want your car to look? You know what the inside of your car looks like now?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you want the inside of your car to look next year? What about the outside? I am so jacked up about seeing my Ferrari again. They're putting a coating on this thing. They've taken the wheels off, and they're coating the what the heck is it? They're coating the I guess it's the wheel. I don't know how I'm not a car person, but you know what I'm saying, like the silver thing where the brake that looks like the brakes. Where is my pics? Find my pictures on there. They're on there somewhere. You should be able to find the pictures. There's like an app for the pictures. What do you want your car to look like? What do you want your house to look like? What do you want your kitchen to look like? What do you want? This is it right here. So see what they're doing. Check out. So they've got the wheels off, coating them so that they're going to make it. They're going to make the wheels shine, not the tire part, not the rubber part, but the steel part where the brake is. But look how shiny the red is. They've color corrected the red. They said that the red is not the original red. They want to make it more red. I was like, all right, do it. What do you want your car to look? What do you want the outside of your car to look like? What do you want your kitchen to look like? What do you want your bathroom to look like? How about this? What do you want your pots and pans to look like? You with me? Like, I like Williams and Sonoma. You with me? Y'all know that place? What do you like your shoes to look like? What do you want? When you walk into your shoe closet, what do you want it to look like? And your purse closet. I'm telling you, if I was a woman, I would be broke because of pocketbook. I would buy every freaking pocketbook. Okay, so your first thing, number one, create a vision. All right, now listen to this. We're coming into National Convention. I need you coming into National Convention to start creating a vision for yourself. What is it going to look like? How many trips are you going to have? What are you going to get to do? It needs to be emotional. It needs to be psycho. It just needs to be where you'll just, it's big. Like, make it great. Look, you get to draw it out. Why would you pick something small? I don't look at people like, why would you pick something so tiny? It's just, all you're doing is pick a number, Kyle. Why would you pick 500,000 when you could pick 1 million? It just don't make any sense to me. So I'm trying to be realistic. You understand what we have here, right? Sure. You understand if everybody in your group just got one person like them, you would double. You go from 400,000. Who do you think? Your people can't get one person this year? If everybody gets one person, we double. So why would we say, man, I sure hope we got to grow 25% this year? You don't have a normal job. You get this person, they get their person, you get another person, you double. Why would you not pick a $40,000 oven? Why would you pick a $2,000 or $3,000 Sears and Roebuck or whatever you call them? I don't know where they come from now. Why would you not pick a Fire Magic? Why would you not pick a Da Vinci oven? The only reason you don't pick one, if you don't pick one, is because you don't know what one is. Which, you need a magazine. Where's my magazine? It's got to be some magazines. Give them some magazines. Jeez Louise. Why would you not do that? You know the only reason we hadn't done the stuff in Africa that we did, I didn't know you could do it. So a friend of mine who I played golf with, same guy that hooked me up with a Superior. Okay, that ain't kind of magazine I'm talking about, but Do we have Rob reports? If your downline have not seen a Rob report, shame on you. If they've not seen a Rob report or a DuPont registry, shame on you. You with me? Now, if you ain't never been in a Williams and Sonoma cooking place, or if you've never been to Vegas shopping, I feel that's not. Does it sound bad if I say I feel sorry for them? I just feel sorry. I just wish you would see what's available to you. Do you not watch television? I mean, like television, you could watch, because I don't know if they have people rich on TV or not. I don't really pay attention to that anymore. They do have rich people on television. Okay. Why would you vacation in Myrtle Beach when you could go to Como Lake in Switzerland or Interlaken in Switzerland? Or why not go to Mediterranean cruise? Oh, by the way, everybody that won the Mediterranean cruise, congratulations.
Yes.
So our trip. Oh, I think everybody should get subscribed to Cowboys and Indians too. I love this magazine. Every one I get, I go through every single page, and I go like, I want that, 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 I want two of those. Have you seen it? Do you like that kind of stuff? Wine Spectacular. These are some of the kind of stuff. Okay, create a vision. Number 2, get your mind right. So number 1, create a vision. Number 2, get your mind right. How do you say, I've had it? I've had it with Mikio. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't want to live like this more. I want to live with that kind of enthusiasm.
Yes, do it.
Yeah. Make your mind up that you've had it. So that when something comes along, you've already got your mindset. Like I'm not putting up with this crap anymore. Okay, so it's create the vision, then it's the resolution. So it's a vision, then a resolution. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. So you're coming into the convention thinking, what's it going to be like all the time? And then that you're not going to back up. Elizabeth, Angela, makes sense? Congratulations on winning the cruise. She should have won it in 6 months. That's what I love her for it, winning. But I'm very upset that she took so long. How would you like me to be upset at you this year because you won a 9-day trip to Hawaii for you and your boyfriend? And what are you calling? You said, what is it, your husband?
Fiance.
Your fiance.
Mm-hmm.
You and your fiance. How would you like to win a 9-night, 9-day, 8 nights, 9 days Hawaii, would fly you into the Big Island and then Maui, and then Albright be like, what is wrong with you, Jamie? You could have done that in 6 months and you took 12. But you'd be like her, smiling. She don't care. I'm upset with her. You know I'm upset with you. Are you upset with yourself a little bit too? A lot. But congratulations on winning the cruise anyway. Okay, so make your mind up that you've had it by missing these cruises, especially if you barely missed. Okay, next, find your reasons for hitting your vision. Why do you want to hit this? Here's the reason. I promise you, you're going to have challenges very fast in this business. If you don't have a vision, you will not be able to survive the problems. And if you don't have a why, so like you said, I'm trying to make more money now because of Sophia, because you got a little girl now. Okay. She's a blessing, but it's a problem because now you got something that you got to earn money for. So my daughter's 22. She's graduated from NC State this year. 4 years, no debt. Crazy car, driving a Range Rover. Works all the time. Got a boyfriend, travels all the time, works all the time, goes to school all the time. Here's what she don't do. Freeze. Kill you. That's what poor people do. They freeze. You got to stop freezing. The way you don't freeze is you have a reason. You look at Sophia, put a picture. Like I got this one guy, he just puts his kids, got a picture of his kids right in his dash of his car. And that way he gets in his car and goes. You with me? So find a reason. Is it your kids? Is it, okay, how about this? If I don't do it, what's it going to cost me? If I do it, what am I going to get? That'd be two questions. Write this down. If I don't do it, what's it going to cost me? If I don't do it, what's it going to cost me? And if I do it, what am I going to get? Hey, I want to tell, I want to talk this. I want to really say this to like Chris Long, Alex Fitzgerald, Alex Abian, Adam Katz, Stephen Davies. This upset me. I'm having dinner at this exclusive club in Augusta, at Augusta National. Y'all understand nobody can get inside her, right? Like it's gates, it's insane security, exclusive membership. I'm having dinner. And the guy I'm having dinner with is talking about his grandmother and how they had multiple houses. And then his daddy had multiple houses. Now he's got multiple houses. And I went, I'm out of my league. So, because my daddy didn't have nothing, my granddaddy didn't have nothing, and best I can tell, my great-great-granddaddy ain't had nothing. What I want to do is create a situation that my kids have stuff, and then their kids have stuff, and then they talk about granddaddy, Albright.
That's right.
And great-granddaddy Albright, cray-cray. He used to ride elephants, then he'd kill them, he'd mount them, rhinoceroses, lions. He had a plane. He knew all the coaches. He'd go to national championships. He'd go to the big boxing matches. And they said, do you do it? And my great-grandson say, when I want to, I do. That makes sense? So I'm talking to another kid who's 38 years old. So this old man, 82, another kid's 38 years old. And he's talking about his grandma, and his grandma don't like to travel a lot. He said, oh, that's sad. Let me explain to you his grandma. He said, my grandma said, I've seen Victoria Falls. I've seen Japan. I've been all over Asia. I've ridden elephants, fed elephants. She said, I just like hanging around my great grandkids now. She ain't pitiful. She's done it. And she's in her 80s. Does that make sense? I'm thinking, this kid who's 38, who travels like I do, and I'm thinking, why can't my friend Adam Katz create that same change in him? So what is your reason? Is it the kids? Is it your great-grandkids? And I always tell people, I don't know if you want to adopt this, but I don't know if y'all have ever heard this story, but the way it's going to go down, this is my version of how it's going to go down, we're going to die. Probably around 80 to 123 years old, which is like that big of a spread. So that's a big spread difference, 120 and 80. No, it's not. There's no difference. There's 40 years. There's only 30-year window. 30 window, that's like that. Cool. This country's over 200 years old. So 30 years is nothing. Does that make sense? In 2000 was, it's already 2017. 17 years just like that. You remember Y2K? Don't that seem like that was yesterday? Remember how the clocks were going to stop and the computers were jacked up and everybody's pay was going to stop and everybody was saving water and stuff? Remember that? Young people were thinking, what is he talking about? It was stupid. There were people that thought the world was going to end when the clock switched from 99 to 20. Nothing happened. Just clock went 9920 and nothing changed. Remember that? Yeah. 17 years ago. So you're going to die like that. Now what's going to happen next is eternity. And in eternity, you're going to look back and see what you did or did not do. And you're going to be rewarded based on that. And God is going to be like, what in the heck was wrong with you? Or he's going to say, that's pretty good there. That's pretty good right there. What you want to listen to the rest of eternity. Because eternity lasts so much longer than here and now. Here and now is but a whiff. It's bam. So you got your kids, you got your maker, you got eternity, you got, oh, I tell you what, I want more watches. By the way, I've switched back to my red, white, blue, and black roll. What do you call them? Rolex. Why? I just like it. You might too. You won't know till you try it. Does that make sense? Jacob, you see my red, white, blue, and black. How long have you been working here?
3 months.
3 months. You ain't never seen this. You need to take a closer look at it. Come up here and see this. You need. I don't like to take this one off so much. I always break it. That's why I hadn't worn it in a while. I broke it and I got to get it fixed. It's out of control, Bo. What they run you? 100?
116.
116. $116,000 watch. So that's a waste of money. What do you want me to do with it? Give it all away? You're only supposed to give away 10%. I give away more than 10%, but I ain't giving it all away. What am I going to do with it? Stack it up in a bank account? I don't want to put it in a bank account. I want to drive it, wear it, and unfortunately, I want to eat it. Okay, let me explain something to you. That's why problems very seldom stop me. Because my dreams are so much bigger than the problems. Problems come at me like you. Don't think that I got green lights everywhere. Don't think things are perfect for me. That will make me mad. Just like if I look at you and go, oh, no problem, sign up, come this weekend. I know it's no problem. If I think you have no problems, I'm an idiot. So we need to make sure they get this video. Everybody's got a story, because I know there's a story. I just don't know what your story is, but I know there's a story, right? So what I need for you is a bigger, compelling vision and a bigger why to overcome the stupid problems that are going to happen. That make sense? This freezing can't go on. You've got to stop that. And this is the only way I know to stop it, is get a vision, make your mind up, then come up with all the reasons why. The fourth thing is make it a part of, I wrote down every day, it needs to be a part of every minute. If every minute you're trying to get out of it, they will call you obsessed, and you will be obsessed. But you know what obsessive people get, what they want. So I am telling you to make it a part of every single day so that you just create this crazy burn that you just can't live without it. All right, so here's what the gurus say. I'm going to tell you what Tim Goad says. I'm going to tell you what the Bible says. I'm going to tell you what the gurus say. Okay? I'm going to lead with what the Bible says. If you will get 2 or 3 of you together and you will pray together, he will make things seen to you that were not that were unseen. So you'll be able to see it. You'll be like, aha! Does that make sense? What the gurus say is you have a reticular activating system. Okay? And what happens is when you focus on something, like beyond, like when you just go like insane about it, the gods, the world will unveil stuff to you that are the answer to your problems. What else I say? The Bible, the gurus. Who else I say? The what? Oh, Tim Goad. Tim Goad is going to say, if you will come with us and you will focus with us, it will all work out. Does that make sense? So the Bible says to get together and pray 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 and pray, and he will unveil stuff to you. Okay? Tim says, come with us and it'll work out. Like just stay focused. Just don't get distracted. Don't let your mind go, and it'll work out. Okay? And then what the gurus say, they do this reticular activating system. It says, when you set a goal, become extraordinarily clear on it and have strong enough reasons behind your intent, and that will trigger the reticular activating system. Your brain will become incredibly acute at noticing anything that comes into your world that will help you move forward. Let me explain something to you. Let's say I'm holding you underwater, and you're thinking, please let go, and you tap on my shoulder, and then you scratch. Now, how did you think of scratching? Put yourself underwater, and I'm holding you down. Now, think for a few seconds. Is it coming clear what else you would do to get free? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the longer I hold, now what if I really did hold you underwater? Would you think of how to get out of water? Does that make sense? People get cray-cray when they focus, and they come up with things they would never thought of doing before.
That's right.
So you can pick any of the three. Either way, which can. Here's what the opposite of all three of those are. Brain numb yourself, get drunk, sit there and watch 37 episodes of
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
the Kardashians. I'm trying to think of one in particular though. It's one word. Has to do with manipulation and Scandal. Watch 92 episodes of Scandal. I don't think there are that many. All 17 that were ever made, you get to watch all 17 episodes of Scandal. That is not helping you move forward. Does that make sense? So neither the gurus, nor God, nor God suggest that as a solution. How about an eating binge? You with me? Or how about a relationship binge? How about that? Those are not recommended ideas. Okay, so you got the vision, you got to make a resolution, come up with your reasons why, and then focus. Right?
Yes.
Every minute, every day, kind of just think about it, like dwell on it. All right, again, this is what I want you to do for the weekend too. The whole thing, during the weekend, these 6 things. Okay, number 5. I know this is weird for you. You guys accept stuff. You accept stuff. You accept your clothes. The other day, I threw away 97% of my clothes. I didn't throw them away. I gave them away. 97% because I had it with the average fitting and average clothes. Now, don't get me wrong. They're above average.
Yeah, they are.
But wait until you see the new dude.
That's right.
You with me? The new is going to be better. It's just like, when are you going to quit accepting your closet? When are you going to quit accepting your car? Make your mind up that you deserve better. How do you basically change your self-image? Like let me tell you something. My son, he's 19. Well, he'll be 19 Sunday. By the way, he'll be 19 Sunday at the convention. Okay? He's got a different self-image. Like, if we're going to eat, don't be like, let's go to Wendy's. Don't be like, let's go to Chili's. Don't be like, no. He'll be like, is there any place local? Can we get something that's not a chain?
Yeah.
That's a different self-image. But he's tried it, and he's found out that he likes it.
Right.
I would suggest some of you try it and see if you like it. And then so you change what you accept. Don't accept it anymore. So, well, what do I do if I'm eating at this poor food and I don't want to be? Don't accept it. Just be like I hate this. Don't be like, it's pretty good. I'm going to say it's not bad. Instead, be mad. Like, it's not right. This is not who I am. I belong somewhere else. I belong at a higher level.
That's right.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. Here's the best ways to change your self-image. Who you hang around, who you listen to, and what you read. And the third thing is how you work your butt off. Let me tell you something. You start working 12, 15 hours a week, like what Clay's been doing lately. His self-image is going through the roof on what he expects out of life. You with me? Robbie Kraft's self-image. Chris Long's self-image. Paul Roberts' self-image. In other words, work, associate, and read, and listen. The work part pulls those 3 things and makes you think that you deserve better. Like when people say, like, who do you think you are? Multi-millionaire. That's what I think. In other words, the more you work and the more you read and the more you think and the more you hang around the right people, all of a sudden, Patricia, you think you deserve it. And because you think you deserve it, you allow yourself to get it.
That's right.
I got a friend, I'm telling you,
I'm telling you one more time. Shut your mouth.
hey, love you.
I'm ready.
We're doing a meeting here. I got thousands of people
I
listening in.
can't see, I'm blind, and I can't hear. And the iPad ain't working.
Don't cuss them off. Justin, fix it for you.
Justin, the head is another
Close it.
guy got it out here now.
I love you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye. You can ask me if I need anything.
You need anything?
No.
Okay. Those of you that are listening on call, my mother just opened the door to my office because Chris Hill was not monitoring the station. What if he'd have had a machine gun? I'd have went like I'd have had to. As long as I wouldn't be the first one taken out, they wouldn't have got many of you. Okay. All right. See, I got stuff. Non-stop. We can't let, hey, look, one monkey don't stop no show. Y'all heard it? One monkey don't stop no show. One problem don't stop no show. Two problems don't stop no show. If I could get through to you. People just think everything's easy for me. Raise your standard what you expect. Refuse to settle. Be mad. Put down be mad. Don't accept it. You're going to live like how'd your parents live and how'd their grandparents live. Mine's just standard. They accepted it. I said, I ain't putting up with this crap. And then I got to hang around rich people. And I started reading rich people's books. I started listening to rich people's audio. And I'm not talking about rich just in money. I'm talking about happy people. People that were fired up out of their mind. I want to hang around. We lost that one 2 weeks ago. J.O. Williams died. That's something almost cray-cray. Did you ever notice that? Yeah. Y'all have no idea the personal problems he had, the financial struggles. You with me? But you know what? That joker was wide slam open. Got anything he wanted. He could get anything he wanted. I want to know, how did he get anything he wanted? And I'm telling you, this is list how he did it. This is what he taught me. That's what Anthony Robbins taught me. That's what Tim Goads taught me. That's what Brian Biggers has taught me. You got to make your mind up. You've had it. You've got to draw a line and say, never more. I'm not putting up with this crap. Now, here's the problem. And I know y'all are thinking, I'm going to not get to do something. That's right. You don't get to do the stuff that broke people do anymore. It's over with. You can't get the stuff rich people get and get the people, the brokes. You can't mix them. It's like saying, I want to have my oil mixed with my water. You can't. It separates. The Bible says there's always going to be poor people and there's going to be rich people. What it don't say is which one you're going to be. You can pick. But you can't watch all the TV crap. You can't be... You can't do both. You got to make that decision which direction you're going to go. The last thing is this. Y'all, you got to figure out how to make up habits, tricks. Here's a trick I have. You can pick this. I call friends that are going to fire me up. I do not call ding-dong heads that are going to depress me. When ding-dong heads, especially in the mornings, I'm always calling people that are going to help me. I'll pick up the phone, call Adam Katz. I'll pick up the phone. I have a trick. It's a habit. I brought me my Bose speakers. I have a tendency, if I'm going to take a shower or I'm going to work out, if I can't talk on the phone, what I do is I click on and I listen to my audios, my podcasts and my books on tape or my books on audio, whatever you call them, and I listen to that habit. And the other thing I always do is I piddle, drawing out my group, who's on my team. You got to come up with habits that push your business along and push your business every day. Little tiny things will make a huge difference. I call people, I'll be drawing out my group and I'll think, who needs a hand today? And like I called Sarah. Y'all heard me call Sarah and leave a voicemail for Sarah Katz, Adam's daughter. She's probably listening in. I just call and I just leave an encouraging word with somebody that I'm thinking about. Does that make sense? Little habits will make you or break you. Your weight, little habits. Your pocketbook, little habits. How many friends you have, little habits. Little habits. Y'all tracking on this? You come rolling into this convention, mind-boggling, people excited. You'll say, this can't be real. It's real for some of us. Some of us are just faking it until it becomes real. And then some of us are just there hoping it's real. They're going, is this really real for anybody? Kyle, hey, listen to this one. Come here, Kyle. You're telling about where your kids, your older daughter's in college.
She goes to DigiPen in Seattle, Washington.
DigiPen. How you spell that? Do you know?
DigiPen. DigiPen. DigiPen.
And what's that all about? What's the big story about that place?
They do graphic design, so she'll design all the Pixar movies, Disney movies, gaming. She's a phenomenal artist.
Yeah. And what's pretty cool is we already have a world-renowned colorist artist in our company. It's Eric Belair's daughter. She's won insane awards for coloring. Sort of, isn't it along the same lines?
Yeah, pretty similar. I mean, she does graphic design, but Eric's daughter does like the Marvel comics and stuff.
She colors makes the Batman blue and red and yellow and all the colors. She puts the color in them. And this school that she's going to, is expensive.
Yes, sir.
How much does it cost?
$50,000, about $50,000 a year.
Okay, is she going to have to pay any of that when she gets out? Like, will she be like $250,000 in debt? I just hired a couple there, $250,000 in college debt. And I was like, oh my God, I wouldn't want to do that to my kids. Now I know their parents didn't do it to them, but they didn't keep it from happening either. You know what I mean? Is she going to graduate with any debt?
She'll have no debt when she leaves.
So she just come out of college with a ridiculous quality degree with no debt. Imagine the head start that girl gets to 99% of the people that come out of college. Now you have a tendency to think, well, what about me? Like that is me. I came out with that kind of debt. Well, I don't know. It's tomorrow that we're working on. We're working on your kids. You're working on her. You with me? We're working on our kids. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to get it for me. Like I want, but like, for example, if you got that $250,000 debt, let's pay it off. Let's pay off that $250,000 debt and let's get you a Lamborghini. Let's get you a Ferrari. Let's get you a Mercedes. Let's get you a big, nice Honda, one of them nice Hondas. They make nice Hondas, right?
Yes, sir.
Infinities. What's the good above average cars? You know what I'm talking about? What are they? Lexus is right up. Lexus, some people think that's top of the line. Jaguars, they're not bad. Huh? A Benz, Mercedes-Benz. Bentley's, oh, man, you done went up there high now. I need one of those. I do not have a Bentley. Six things, y'all got them? Yes, sir. All right, now, comes time to come to the convention. Walk. Borrow the money. How many people say, I ain't got the money? I go, did you ask your mama yet? They go like, no. I go, well, ask your mama. Got any more money left on credit card? No, I don't want to go further in debt. Dude, what difference does it make? You owe $30,000. What difference do you make if I owe $31,000? You don't have a plan. And you get 5,000 points toward the Hawaii contest. You only need 150,000 points. You get 5,000 out of the way. Oh, I want to tell you some hot spots around the country. Let me recommend that you guys meet the people in Wilmington, North Carolina.
That's right.
And when you hire people, call the people in Wilmington and tell them you got a person coming. Don't just send them to the meeting. Same thing with El Paso. don't just send them to the meeting in El Paso. Call the people out there and check with them, see who's going to be doing the plan, and give them a heads up. Send them a picture of your person. Say, watch for my person. Does that make sense? So many people just, it's not an extra mile. It's just the little bitty things that matter. I got a friend of mine. He just called me. I sent him a really, really nice Christmas present, and he just got it. And because he changed offices, so the gift went to a different office. He just got it. So he just picked up the phone and called me and thanked me. Whereas I know other people that don't make his kind of money, they're not going to go through the effort. They're going to tell me when they see me. He'll tell me when he sees me, but he picked up the phone. You with me? So when you hire a person, if people know you're coming, like if I hire Angie and I send Angie to a meeting in Dallas, and I call Paul Roberts and I said, Angie's coming to this meeting. She's already started, already in class. I just want you to be nice to her. I'll send a picture. Angie goes to the meeting. Paul says, Andy told me you're going to be here. She's like, wow. But if they show up and the person says to them, who are you? She said, I'm Angie. Who invited you? Andy sent me. Oh. See, that's not as impressive to Angie. What part of that does anybody not get, Greg? The problem is it takes a little extra effort to do that and check. What if the meeting's moved? What if they're doing it earlier, later? What if there's a special event going on? Like, oh, Angie, well, she should come over. We're doing a training at 3. Well, it should be listed. It should be listed. I agree with you. You're 100% right. I'm not worried about what Amber should have done and what Chris Hill should have done and what Clay should have done. I'm worried about you. If you will think more about what you should do. Does this make sense? But I do want to do better communicating what's available. Like I'm going to be in Minnesota, and then I'm going to be in Denver, and then I'm going to be in Dallas. I'm going to do a 2 to 5 training, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. training in both places. Then I want to do something with SEAL Team, maybe Good Samaritan, but I definitely want to do something with SEAL Team in Minnesota, in Denver, and in Dallas. And in Dallas, I'm going to do the TWC from 12:30 to 2. And then I'm going to have a big window break, and then we're going to do the hot spot that night. So I'll do something with SEAL Team and Good Samaritan bonus people when I'm in Dallas. I don't know what yet. I am looking for suggestions there for those of you that are in Dallas for that big window. Resolve to get to convention. Is there anybody... Who else going to convention in here that you know for sure? You already got tickets. Okay. All right. I'll encourage you to get on the phone and call everybody you know that's going and say you're doing the right thing. Everybody. Now, you understand if you're huge, you're big, you have to be selective because you can't call everybody. But if you only have 2 people in your group, why don't you call them both and touch base with them? They already committed. Touch base with them. Say, you're all good. Do you need a room? We got transportation. You got a flight. Because if you don't, you're going to lose people that promise to be there. They ain't going to be there because they ain't thought it through and they don't have a ticket. It's the weirdest thing in the world. The people that are not there, start pulling out all the strings, all the stops, and start saying to them, what I got to do to get you there? What I got to do to get you there? You've got to come see this. It's out of control. You will be so glad you did. This is what you say to them with all sincerity. How do I get you there? How do I get you to this meeting? Because you understand how this thing works. If you get your people going, you get a percentage. The other thought is this. If after death, if eternity is important, have you helped one more person? So how is getting them to this event going to help them? Have you ever been to one of our events? It changes people. Every single time people come out totally new, totally different, totally focused, totally determined to give it another run. I think getting people, just like getting people to a great preacher, getting people to a seminar, getting them to an event is really like right up there in one of my life callings. Like it's one thing I've been called to do is get people to come around the right kind of people in a seminar setting so that their life can change. I think I'm going to get credit for that. I think the reason I make so much money in this business is the ability to get people to the meetings. I think the reason I get people to the meetings and I got a good ability is I believe how much I believe that it'll help. And the reason that I believe it'll help is because what it did for me. I am telling you, I was standard, boring, broke, miserable, lost, confused, foggy, no idea until I started going to seminars. And then I went, wait, that's all I got to do? This is it to change my life? And I can drive a Maybach? I can have first class tickets? I can have my own plane? Mm-hmm. So Andy, how do you get where you own a G5? I'm working on that. I'll tell you how. I'm going to the convention. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to take notes. And I'm going to listen. And I'm going to learn. And I'm going to change. I'm going to be a bit different dadgum person when I come out Sunday afternoon.
That's right.
And mainly is these 6 things. That ain't going to happen overnight. It's the only thing I'm going to tell you. This is a process. This is a process. It's a step-by-step venture. And this is a huge step this weekend. Okay? Huge.
Only done once a year.
Once a year. And you got in at the perfect time.
That's right.
All right. All right. I'm going to end this early because I want y'all to go get after it. And I cannot wait. I know what I'm going to be saying. I'm on stage. I'm like, I want to hug every one of you. I want to shake hands with everyone. I won't be able to. But I hope I can. I hope I can grab every single one of you and tell you how glad I am to see you and that you figured out how to overcome the obstacles. Hey, by the way, when you look at people at this event, don't look at them thinking, I bet it was easy for you to get here. I want you to look at them, every single one of them, even the multimillionaires, and I want you to look at them and say, I bet you had a fight to get here. I wonder what your story is to get here. Don't ask them, just think. And then hug them and say, congratulations on being here. That makes sense. Even the best of the best that show up, they overcame some. And some of them, the stories that the best of the best overcame to show up, the stories would blow your mind. But they did it, and they're there. I can't wait to get there myself. Matter of fact, I'm so anxious to get there. I'm going tonight. I'm going to spend the night. I'll already be there. I'm going to wake up there. All right. Love y'all. Let's kill it. 2017 is on. Bye.
Your conference recording has stopped. Goodbye.
Okay.